Hey, good morning. Good morning. Go. Good morning. Hey, hey, good morning. Hey, go stupid on the drum. Hey, he know I like a funky beat. Hey, go stupid on the drum. And we elemental beings. Hey, we elemental beings. Hey, and we be tapping in y'all energy. We don't worry about no enemies. Hey, they call us elemental beings. Look at the caterpillar. Confirmation. You got a baby caterpillar. Hey, hey, you know what that means. Hey, turns into the butterfly. Hey, you're turning into the butterfly. Hey, go. Definitely changing transformation here. Hey. Hey. I'm feeling good in the morning. And when we wake up in the morning, hey.
Hey, try.
Hey guys, hope you guys are doing well in positive energy.
Yeah.
And attracting the life you desire, because it's your birthright, okay? We're coming through with another live for you guys. Make sure you take the message how it resonates in your life. Tell a friend to tell a friend. Thank you for sharing the video out. We love you guys so, so much. And let's get into this energy.
Get into this energy this morning.
Okay?
Morning, tribe. Bless everyone. Pretty much going to let the cards do the talk.
We're going to let the cards talk.
We're going to let the cards talk.
Okay. So I did hear some things before I got here. Okay. So I heard the name Charlotte, Dennis, Montana, Marlon, Lucy, Tia, Gabby, Peter, Jeanette, Floyd, Jackson, Bobby, Samuel, Kwame, Odessa, and Tyshawn. So this could be your name or significant here, okay? There's also something about Long Island, New York, okay? Or you could be drinking Long Island iced tea, something like that. I don't know, y'all. You know, we've been picking up on a lot of alcohol, right? So I don't know. Something about Mississippi is here, okay? Don't wait until the last minute. God is saying right now there's something that you're supposed to be doing, and you could be waiting to the last minute, and I don't feel like that's a good thing for you. So it's very important that there's something. Don't wait until the last minute. Last thing I got is hibachi. Something about hibachi.
Hibachi.
I don't know. You're eating this. You could have had this for lunch, dinner. You could be planning to eat this today. And then Stellar got her groove back. Okay? You know? I don't know. You could be getting your groove back in life. You know? Maybe you could have been putting yourself into everything, and now you're just really focused on self here.
Drop where you from in the comments.
Where you guys at?
Hello, hello, hello. Oh, we got personal readings available as well. Right? I got a song in my head. Can I call you Rose?
Can I call you
'Cause you're sweet like a flower in bloom.
That could be your middle name.
Can I call you Rose?
Hey.
Can I call you Rose?
Hey.
Hey. We got the Empress out here.
Okay. Good energy.
Big fertility energy out here. Beauty, happiness, big Libra energy as well. Let me justify, see what the card's talking about. Empress to the Metamorphosis.
What's up, Tracy?
Oh, man.
Empress to the Metamorphosis. You know, when you were playing the handpan this morning, it was a caterpillar that walked past you.
You did say that, too.
Yeah, we're turning it into the butterfly. That's where we're at right now. With the change and transformation.
It says that on a footnote. It says, pay attention to the areas in your life or personality that are in need of profound change or transformation. You are about to enter a phase of expansion and growth, which will be highly beneficial for your future.
Okay, and you said Libra?
Big Libra energy. King of Swords.
Queen of Swords.
Queen of Swords. It's feeling real like Libra energy, too. It feels like the month of October right now.
It does. Well, actually, I was watching something. I watched a short clip on something last night, and it says because of, like, the water and the seas and different things, like, it does feel like October right now.
Oh, they said that?
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy.
Yeah, it feels like October. It's kind of chilly outside. A little brisky.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it's definitely chilly.
Super intuitive.
Can I call you Rose? Can I call you? Two of Swords. It's big Libra energy.
Okay.
On the
I was getting ready to say
now.
someone's talking a lot more too. Like, I don't know, you could be really being vocal. Maybe you were a person that wasn't able to stick up for yourself. You know, you could have been scared to say no. You know, like that kind of energy. And maybe you're just sticking up for yourself more now. You could be really expressing things. You know, your throat chakra is very important.
Oh, I'm saying it too. It's kind of like the evolution of a Libra. You don't have to be a Libra, but the Queen of Swords to the Empress is it's an upgrade. The Queen of Swords to the Empress, and then Metamorphosis.
That's real. That's definitely an upgrade.
This is a person, you going through an energetic shift, right? And there's a feminine energy. Oh, this is big feminine. And the Two of Swords in reverse, you could be undecided. You could be definitely undecided with the Two of Swords in reverse, and it feels like that. Like, um, I'm thinking about Carl Jung when he was talking about the phase of the Negrado. The Negrado is the Dark Night of the Soul phase, where you get in this place where you like a caterpillar and a butterfly. Before the caterpillar becomes a butterfly, it becomes a metamorphic mass. Like if you rip it open, it'd be gel. It'd be like a formless kind of energy. Like when the caterpillar is going into the butterfly,
Metamorphosis.
it's a metamorphosis, and that's the Queen of Swords going into the Empress energy. Somebody you changing.
You know, somebody could even be changing the way that they speak here. You know, maybe you could have been like, you know, speaking very poorly over your life and others' lives, and now you know how to speak high vibrational. You know, maybe you were using a lot of profanity, but maybe you've cleaned up the way you speak. Right? Maybe you could just be learning how to use your words better. Whatever it is, it's something about you being vocal here.
Spirit was like slow down and throw the. So I justified the Two of Swords in reverse, and it's telling me inner strength. And I'm gonna read this card to somebody. You may be facing a challenge you feel less than prepared for. This is a reminder that you have all the tools in your spiritual treasure chest to handle this effectively. Take a step back and try to take a look at it with fresh eyes. That's definitely you, Two of Swords in reverse. You got to call on your inner strength. And I also want to say something. You may be facing a challenge that you feel less than prepared for. Don't let inherent lack of mind. The lack of mindset is an inherent trait. Like it's that energy when you feel like you're not good enough. And it's not like you feel like you're not good enough. You feel like I'm not good enough because my mother wasn't good enough, because my grandmother wasn't good enough. I can't see myself with it because nobody had it, right? It's that, but that's inherent. That's called lack mind. Lack mind is that right there. It amounts to a self-sabotage. Like, so with the Two of Swords in reverse and your inner strength, you're gonna face this challenge. There's no way around it, right? But Spirit is saying you have all the tools in your spiritual treasure chest to handle this effectively. So inner strength is you being called to look within, whatever this challenge is that you're facing.
And I know this to be true because over here we have the Two of Wands in the reverse to the balance, right? So that's like, you know, we know exactly what that means. You know, something needs to be balanced out here. And then we have my kindness is a gift I bestow upon the world. Okay? So I don't know. I feel like, you know, our moods, we could be needing to make sure that we are mentally stable, you know, keeping our mind stable and balanced, right? Remaining kind even when we're hearing no, right? Remaining kind even when things are not going our way, you know?
Right.
Something about that is very important here in divine balance, okay? So it says, I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment, kindness. So it's like, you know, there could be things happening around you that maybe you don't agree with, you know, but it's not really for you to be judgmental. It's for you to be kind, because being judgmental could really throw you out of alignment, right? There's something about a divine balance needed here, okay? Remaining kind, you know, kindness goes a long way. Okay. I just heard something about, you know, not burning bridges because you might have to cross them again. Something about that. Okay. But I don't know, your gifts, your spiritual gifts, I feel like your kindness could be a spiritual gift. Maybe you are a person and, you know, your words, because you're very vocal, maybe they help people balance out their life. You know, maybe your kindness saves people. You know, there's so many people in the world going through so many different things, so many different challenges, and they wear smiles every day. They go to work every day, and then you see on social media how, you know, they may have unalived their family, unalived themselves. You know, so many people out here going through things. Kindness is definitely mandatory for us, you know, staying in divine balance. And I know when you are a being of light and you know that God works with you, sometimes it can be it can be a challenge to not judge, right? Let's be real. You know, when you're looking at people doing things that you know are out of alignment, you know, it can be hard, right? But we have to remember that, you know, judge not unless ye want to be judged, right? So kindness is very important, and balance. You know, we're going through like a spiritual shift right now as we like go into the colder months. I can feel it, right? And kindness goes a long way. I feel like, I don't know, something about healing the earth. You see, I don't know. I feel like, you know, like someone's giving it's like, I don't know, like the earth is being covered in flowers. You could be receiving your flowers. I got mine this morning. Thank you, husband.
Okay, you got the Page of Wands out here, and it's being justified by playfulness. I actually like that. This is like a childlike energy. It says courage, excitement, free spirit, love of life, enthusiastic, and discovery. And I really feel like you're discovering yourself. A new, you know, awakening is remembering. A lot of people don't realize that. Awakening is not about how much you can learn and how much you can take in. Awakening is remembering. Is remembering a version of you that you long forgot. And that's when you come into your Page of Wands energy, and it's being justified by playfulness, right? I also pulled this yesterday, the same two cards, and Spirit said,
I like that energy.
then this was the same two cards.
Sagittarius energy.
It's saying basically, you gotta mix it up. Like if you're looking at life and it's all serious, right? It's not much going to come out of that. Sometimes you gotta be in mischievous energy, like playful energy. Like you have to let your shadow breathe. You can't walk around and pin your shadow up, and that because it's you know, everything won't flow with consistency. Sometimes you gotta be playful. Like I'm hearing them say intuitive jokes. Like sometimes, like when people, like for instance, this is healthy. I'll say this, right? Like say you got somebody that you connected to, and maybe they used to play with you before you awaken. And now that you awaken, your intuition is a little more deeper. So maybe you still play with the person. Sometimes it's cool to really tell an intuitive joke that really hits them hard in a place where they understand who you are. That kind of playfulness is healthy. Like, because sometimes when we awaken, we start looking at life it's too serious. It's about integration. You can't live in that. You gotta live in the world. It's like what the Bible said, be in the world but not of the world.
Come on.
It's the same kind of energy as a person who is clearly awakened, right?
Okay.
Keep your eye on your goals and enjoy every moment is the footnote.
I got the Eight of Swords over here, and it's in the reverse to the success. Okay, and I like this. So because you have come out of feeling, you know, maybe you could have been feeling very trapped at one point, right? You know how like we feel stuck, we feel like we can't move, we feel like, you know, we don't even want to see the next move because we're nervous or, you know, something like that. But I feel like, you know, putting that energy in reverse leads you to success here. Okay, so that means you're like willing to step into the unknown is what I'm saying. It says, I know that there are no greater goal than love. Okay, and I feel like, you know, that's just loving yourself, because, you know, with the eight of swords, right, upright, you could have even been like, you know, in the energy of feeling trapped in your own body. You know what I'm saying? You ever felt like trapped in your own body? Something like that. You don't feel like that anymore. You know, maybe you thought because the way you look, maybe you thought because of whatever reason that you were trapped in some kind of situation, but you're no longer trapped. And because you understand that you're no longer trapped, it brings in love, success, right? And it says, the difficult relationships in my life are the perfect mirror for me to look more closely at my own behavior.
That sounds,
you know, that's accountability.
That's very psychological.
You know, this is a person that is you know, very understanding that like we are really one, you know, we are really one. We're all out here just trying to like, you know, get it together, be better. You know, we all have some very animalistic behaviors, natures. Like, we all have flaws and different things about us, but I feel like, you know, whoever you are, you're just trying to see yourself in people. You know, seeing yourself in people allows you not to be judgmental.
You know,
Okay.
the biggest empath, the most powerful empath, got a great big old narcissist living at the core. That's all of us. And if you can't accept that or receive that, then you gotta question your own growth. Like, this card is calling you to look at the things and the people that may have offended you, and see them as um, an instrument of growth. Not look at them and because that's the narcissist within. When we look at people, when we feel like they deserve karma because they done something to us, that's not your empathy. That's your narcissism. And as empaths, that's something we gotta constantly look in the mirror of life, each and every day, right? I'm grateful to have somebody with me in life that helps me,
Me too.
right? Because I tell you again, you can be a very powerful empath, right? But don't be a naive empath. The empath, the most powerful empath, has a great big narcissist living in the core that you got to contend with. Yeah.
Okay. I bring peace with me wherever I go. You create your own peace. I told you, you create the life that you want. And I feel like I mean, like, these lessons are actually being learned. You know, somebody's getting one-on-one life lessons from the divine. And I love it for you. Okay. You know, you could have been chasing a lot of toxic situations at one point, but now, whatever it is, you bring peace wherever you go. I'm hearing someone like, I choose peace over everything. You could literally be walking away from things that don't serve you peace. Why? Because it's your birthright. You deserve peace. That's, you know what I'm saying? It is a birthright to you. And I feel like, you know, that's what's happening here. You're separating with things. Okay. Things that, you know, cause you stress. Like, who wants to be stressed out? Nobody.
Somebody could be a spiritual
Okay.
judge. Somebody could be a spiritual judge, and you could know it.
You could be practicing Reiki. Okay. You could be a massage therapist. Something like that. But I feel like your relationships are, you know, you could be a person really craving healthy relationships, you know, and maybe a lot of relationships have not worked, but I feel like the work that you're doing right now brings in those relationships that you desire, because you're able to see yourself in people. You know, maybe you could have been raised that you can only deal with people that look like you. You know, that's, some people are raised like that. And, you know, it's not your fault how you're raised, but it is your responsibility to, you know, change yourself if that's what you desire to do. If you want to be a better person, it is your responsibility to take accountability and control of your own life and your own destiny, right? And I feel like you could be doing this right now, okay? Right? If someone's sad about this,
What's
okay, Five of Cups is here. Someone could be very sad about this. Okay. You know, when people can't control you anymore, that's what happens. They be, you know, I don't know.
Somebody drinking a little.
Somebody's
too
drinking a lot.
Right? Could be you, could be them. I knew you was coming, Empress B. I poured this. I was like, oh, Empress B probably gonna be bopping around the corner pretty soon. But somebody this morning, Knave of Cups to the adventure. I got a lot of childlike energy out here. I had the Page of Wands, and now I got the Knave of Cups, right?
Hey, y'all.
And the Knave of Cups, when I pulled this, automatically, this looks like a rather naive fellow, right? And that's the thing about being in the Knave of Cups energy. You don't want to be naive. Like, everything in the world is not one-sided. So where it's light, love, and abundance, where nature is beautiful and full of butterflies and all of that, nature is also decadent and full of scorpions and full of things that are sting and bite. So I feel like
And catastrophe.
adventure. I'm gonna read the footnote because it speaks volumes. You need to live up to your fullest potential. Explore new directions and take risks in order to grow as an individual. Change may be uncomfortable, but it is necessary. And with that being said, I'm gonna tell somebody breaking away from the opinions of others, right? If you haven't reached that level of awakening, it's still some waking up you gotta do. Because the opinion of others, right? That's why Spirit is calling somebody to go on a cardinal adventure.
We got the Lovers here. I don't know if you're a Gemini. Okay.
Gemini.
But there's a choice here. You know, the Lovers is about a choice. Okay. Now, I don't know if you got to choose between who you love or not, but I know, you know, there's a choice here. Okay. A decision needs to be made. Something about that. Okay. We got fear in the reverse, so I don't know. Even though a decision needs to be made, I feel like you're not scared to make it. Okay, I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. Love, love, love. That's all we talk about because it's the highest frequency, you know, other than authenticity, being yourself. Love is right there with it, right? So fear is in the reverse. I love this. You know why? Because, you know, you can't have faith and fear. They don't mix. So if fear is in the reverse, that means you're living in your faith, and I'm proud of you. Kudos to you for living in your faith, right? Not being scared of everything that's coming towards you, because things are always going to come. But knowing that when they come, you're prepared. You've been prepared for this. God has been preparing you for all of this for years to come. Okay, that's why you had to do so much research. That's why you had to be in the battlefield. That's why you had to go through all of these different things, because it was preparing you for what's to come, right? We're in spiritual warfare. It's World War III. Things are spiritual, right? So you had to get out of the mindset of trying to fight physical things. Yeah, you know, fight spiritual things with your physical hands, your body, your mind, right? You had to learn a different route. Okay? So someone's not scared here anymore. You could be praying more. My productivity stems from inspiration. When I focus on what brings me joy, my tasks become effortless actions. Okay? Because you're doing what makes you happy. When you do what makes you happy, it doesn't feel like a job. Okay, that's your spiritual gift. What is that thing that you do that makes you feel good, and nobody has to give you any kind of money? Okay, we ain't talking about money. We talking about something you can do, and it makes your heart feel good. It makes your spirit feel lifted. These are your spiritual gifts. That's what we have to tap into. Okay, letting the fear go and just making choices. Okay, and making a choice and standing there, you know, picking a side and choosing it, you know. Okay, something about that, you know, when you pick your side, stay there. Okay, and remembering that you know, like a house divided really can't stand. So if you are trying to you know, if you are trying to build a house, right, with someone that does not want to work with you, right, just remember that a house divided does not stand, right? So something about being productive here and not having fear. I love this for you.
I got Six of Swords to the leadership, promotion. Six of Swords, the leadership, promotion kind of energy. Spiritual, could be at work. You're moving on to a place where it's more peace, or you already moved there, right? This is what the Six of Swords is all about. It's about moving to calmer waters. Moving from problems and being mindful what you take is the advice. So I feel like with that being the advice, if this is you and you moving on and you know you feel your promotion is there, you feel your role is increasing, you gotta be willing to let go of some of the things, because everything can't go with you, right? Be mindful of what you take. And I'm hearing the accursed thing, right?
Say
so somebody
let it go.
Somebody you could have something that you got from somebody that you need to leave behind. Maybe you could be moving, right? Maybe you have something in your home and maybe you need to leave it.
Come on now. That energy, I know.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you, accursed things when you move. I had a jacket like that, y'all, right? She know about it. I had a black Gap jacket, and a witch.
She stole it.
A witch had wore it.
She ended up stealing it anyway.
A witch cursed it and a witch stole it. Ain't that
Right, that's
wild?
why I'm over here like.
That's crazy, y'all. Wow, look, that's reality TV. Listen, I had a black Gap jacket. It was cursed by a witch, right? She literally took my jacket and did voodoo black magic all in the jacket and put all the energy in the jacket, right? So I carried the jacket. I had the jacket for like 3 years, right? That's before I enlightened. So when I became awakened, I used to get a feeling toward the jacket, like, yo, this jacket just is just spiritually. And then I got confirmation, like, this jacket is a curse, right? And then guess how God removed it? Another witch ended up stealing it. Whole different witch.
She stole my shoes and
She
his
stole
jacket.
the shoes and the jacket, right? But it was an accursed thing. And that's just the story about the energy of things that are cursed, right? Like somebody could have gave somebody, it could be a watch.
That's what I was thinking. I was getting ready to say it's a watch.
You could have a watch that
Okay.
somebody gave you.
Your bling bling.
And you know, right? You know, I had an accursed watch too. Remember my iWatch when it broke off? Listen, no lie, it's crazy.
The whole Apple Watch just popped open.
I'm not paranoid or any of these things, right? Now the watch, I just had the watch doing all type of stuff that I ain't had no business doing anyway with the watch when I had it, and it came from a source that was also a witch, right? So the watch was given to me by a witch, right? The watch felt like witchery, right? And lo and behold, when I ascend, it just popped off one day.
Well, remember we were at
And
the
her ring,
Yep.
things used to pop. Her ring, I had a hermite ring. It broke off. It popped off.
Someone had this lady had given me a gold ring, and she must have got it dirty because one day it just literally it just slipped off my finger, like completely, like it didn't fit my finger anymore, and it just
I witnessed it.
It was crazy.
It really looked like a spirit just
took it off my hand.
It just came off like.
I
was like, yo. And that's the same thing. I had a hermite ring, and it just broke. It is Wily Spider.
The lady at the spiritual store was like, "That's good."
Yeah, she was. I went to the spiritual store to get some incense, and the lady I bought it from, I was like, "That ring broke off my finger." She said, "Yeah, it did what it was supposed to do." I was like, "Okay, all right." She's an old gray-haired white witch, right?
Okay.
All right, y'all, we back and
So let's see. Yeah, you got to get rid of those items. Like, you know, a lot of times, especially when people buy you expensive stuff, you don't want to get rid of it, but you don't understand that, like, you know, that's somebody else's energy, you know? You trying to get rid of the soul tie, and you still holding on to the jacket that Peter got you from 2 years ago. And now you with Paul. Like, you got to get rid of that, okay? Something about that.
I'm gonna speak on this. Somebody, you could also be seeing the serpent in your dream, or you could be just seeing the serpent. And I know, contrary to popular belief, the serpent is not necessarily a simulation of something that's evil. Could be, but it doesn't have to be. It could also symbolize transformation and your mind suggesting that you need to transform. It's a 10 of wands to the transformation in reverse. So this is showing me somebody's burdens. A failure to transform. It becomes a 10 of wands. You cannot awaken and go back to the old you. It's gonna become a 10 of wands. So you gotta begin to cut your ties. Like it's so sad, but it's so good for us that you can't go back to sleep once you awaken. Like once you see what you see, and God shows you what He shows you, if you don't transform with it and integrate it, it's going to become a burden.
There's something serious going on up there. I don't know if they're giving birth or what.
I've never heard a sound like that.
It sounds like it hurts.
Oh, I see what's happening. It's two animals colliding. It looked like a squirrel and a locust. You see the squirrel moving? Okay, so amazing. Nevertheless, like I said, burden, responsibility, stress, blockages, lost faith, frustration, excessive pressures. There's always another way to do something. Also, we not, you know, as an empath, speaking again, we not here to fix everybody. You're not here to save everybody. You actually here to show people what's broken inside them. So transform from that energy of feeling like I need to help or I need to be there or it becomes a burden. And people love to place their burden on the empath. The narcissist don't care nothing about you at the end of the day because they're designed, that archetype, it won't allow it. No matter how much you feel like you should be there for a narcissist, the best thing that you can do for a narcissist is not be there because it's healthy for you and it's healthy for them. Balance.
We got the Chariot at the bottom of the deck here. Okay. So something about victory and success, something about moving forward to the Ace of Wands. Some kind of truth here. Okay. Some kind of clarity.
Big truth.
It could be very apparent that you're moving forward here to people, to you in life. You could be taking a road trip or something like that, getting a new vehicle, but something about your soul and spirit coming into alignment.
Yeah, living in your truth.
Okay. Divine victory. You know, there's someone in like you could be very clairvoyant. Okay.
The victor writes the story. Remember that.
Yeah, the Hangman in the reverse. Okay. I don't know. I feel like at one time it was time to sit still, but not anymore. Okay. Something about moving forward.
Yes. Big majors.
Yeah, exploring the world here. You could be traveling more. Okay. I don't know if someone's doing a vlog or something. I just see someone traveling somewhere. Okay. I don't know. You could be reaching new horizons, you know, expanding your mindset, you know.
That's a double page of wands, right?
Right? Very charismatic kind of energy.
Very childlike connected
Okay.
as well. Very childlike connected. Like, I think it's a beautiful thing when you become an adult who has awakened, and then you can go back to your childhood and integrate that part of you with the part of, man, it make you glow. You glow up. You really do look different from the inside out. Your auric field change. Right?
Yeah, perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. You could be traveling more, exploring things. You know, maybe you thought it wasn't possible. Okay? Maybe it was a lot of delays and, you know, hiccups. You know, but you're making it somewhere. You've made it somewhere. Okay? There's opportunity here. You know, the Page of Wands, that's a youthful energy. That's a lot of opportunities. You know, that's a lot of exploring, a lot of traveling, a lot of learning. You know, being courageous, bold. Okay.
You got this Ten of Swords in reverse out here being justified by control.
Control.
And you know what that's telling me? The fact that you establish boundaries and borders and some type of control over a situation quite possibly saved your life. Ten of Swords in reverse. Ten of Swords is a plot, right? It's an energy that's designed to really trap you or finish you. With it being in reverse by control, somebody, you taking control of your life, your actions, being accountable, easily. Ten of Swords in reverse. Saved your life. That's real. It says if you have moderate aggressive impulses, this is an invitation to control your temper. You are encouraged to explore how to express your needs or thoughts more openly and constructively to reduce your level of frustration. So that's speaking to somebody who maybe this is an area that you need to work on. Aggressive impulses. Whew. Man, I'm going to tell you, they'll have you, what Drake say, 0 to 100? Like aggressive impulses will take you from here to there, and then you would be over there looking back like, man, I done so much from there to here, right? Them aggressive impulses, you're doing things, right? Control your temper.
Control your temper.
I ain't gonna lie. That controlling your temper, that's gonna put the Ten of Swords in reverse every time. Let me tell you why. Because your greatest enemy, even on a spiritual level, more or less on a spiritual level, that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna come in and they're gonna want to control you through your temper. If people know you got a quick temper, they know exactly what button to push. Even spirits. Like when spirits know that you got an unruly, sometimes spirits are working a way, bangful spirits, they'll send things at you to raise your temper. And then the attack will come. It be real skilled stuff. So controlling your temper, it can put a lot in reverse here in this energy. A lesson I had to learn.
I got forgiveness. I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love to the Ace of Pentacles. So, you know, I feel like forgiveness. Don't allow anything that you're harboring, any kind of resentment that you could feel, allow your blessings to stop flowing. Because there's something coming in here for you with the Ace of Pentacles. There could be a new home, you know, a new employment, you know, whatever it is. There's something fresh here, a new start. I feel like a new opportunity. You know, I feel like God is giving us an opportunity for something. You know, this is the right side, the side of action.
Right? A sound mind.
Okay.
Healthy mind.
Right? Very much so. You know? I feel like that's very good energy for us. And then let me be still today and listen to truth in silence. Okay? So, I don't know. Maybe there's something that you could still... I feel like, you know, there's something we all can evaluate, right? In our lives. Have I truly forgiven, you know, these people? Have I truly forgiven this situation? Just evaluate that, because if you're holding on to anything, it could be stopping you from moving forward to the next level. Okay? We got the Two of Swords here, so there's something about a decision, a choice, and Page of Pentacles. Definitely exploring. You could be an earth sign. I don't know. You could be like going back to school. You could be reading a new book. You could be practicing some kind of divination here. Okay? I don't know. You could just be hands-on. I don't know if you're in some kind of trade school or something like that, or if you're in a apprenticeship or something like that. But I just see someone hands-on, a star. Whoever you are, you're a star at what you do. You could be seen in the public eye here. Okay? People could look up to you because of your, like, I don't know, like your youthful aura. People could find you very interesting. Okay? There could be something that you're holding on to.
We got lightness out here to the Ten of Wands in reverse. And I like this because the last one, it showed me that the fact you established self-control, it put the Ten of Swords in reverse on the last pull. Now, lightness is justifying the Ten of Wands in reverse. So I'm saying somebody, first of all, you a warrior. Definitely a spiritual warrior kind of energy, because this is a person that had things down on them. You had Ten of Wands on you, you had Ten of Swords on you. They both in reverse. Your lightness, the lightness that you carry. I've been speaking about empathetic archetype for 3 days at 4:44 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And this is resonating with me from there, right? This is showing me an empath. Lightness is turning a Ten of Wands. This kind of lightness is the ability to go through pain until a greater you emerges from it. That's that Ten of Wands. This not no light, love, and abundance lightness. This not the phony lightness. This the lightness that you go through to establish what light really is. And that's only found when you go through darkness. triple stages, they say.
Mm-hmm.
You need to go through triple stages of darkness to turn the 10 of wands around with your lightness.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's not out here trying to be groovy and trying to be cool, trying to be a people's pleaser, or none of that, right? This is a type of lightness that's going to expose others. It's going to pull the mask off of illusions. So you need to prepare yourself for that. Yeah, the 10 of wands is in reverse because God is giving liberty when you walk in your authenticity.
Mm-hmm.
But that don't mean people going to give you liberty. People going to chastise you, right? They're going to nail you to the cross the same way they nailed brother Christ to the cross. They're going to slam you on the cross, right? Because your lightness. Don't nobody necessarily want all that sunlight.
They
Some
don't like all
people-
the exposure.
Yeah, people want to be in the shadow. They want to live in the darkness.
Mm-hmm.
So when your light shining like this, it's not necessarily going to be taken well by everybody. It's liberty because you moving with God.
Mm-hmm.
Lightness. Hummingbirds, all that kind of energy. It's like you moving with the Most High.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, people don't like. Some people don't like that version of you.
Mm-hmm.
That version of you is not going to be received by everybody, right?
Okay. Wounded warriors here, number the 9 of swords. I mean the 9 of wands. Okay, wounded warrior. You know, that's you all day. Like, you know, I see somebody that you done been through the mud, the snow, the rain, the sleet. You done been through it all. Okay, but still standing here. Okay. When I merge my desire with faith, I take action from a place of peace rather than control. Okay, so learning that things are just above you and just living in your faith. Remember I said earlier, someone's living in their faith. Someone's not worried about anything right now. Okay, you could have been worried last week, yesterday, but right now there's someone not worried about anything because they understand that they are living totally 100% in their purpose. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, God. I know what to do. I know what I'm here to do, and that's what it is. Living your purpose. Be that wounded warrior that, you know, doesn't forget love, because that's what the world wants us to forget, love. Like, you know, the world wants you to be so beat down that you forget love, and then you become a part of the world. Right? Right? Something about that King of Cups here. You can have a very powerful grandfather that transitioned. Okay, he could have had a fish tank. I don't know, something about that. You could have a fish tank, goldfish. Someone needs to clean their goldfish tank or something like that. Okay, the fish they want to breathe just like us. Okay, they want a clean room just like us. So something about that. If you forgot to clean your fish tank, it could be time right now. But we got a very heavy ancestor here.
I heard Carlton and Ulysses.
Okay.
Ulysses and Carlton.
Ooh. Okay, Papa. Okay, Papa. Yeah, Papa is here. Okay, I don't know, something about a very strong man that is able to connect with his emotions, and he's also able to make fair and just decisions here. Okay, this person could have been the head of a family here.
Somebody's dad's name is Ulysses.
This person could have drunk scotch or something like that out of a little whiskey glass. Okay, with gold jewelry. I'm seeing a man with gold jewelry. He could be very stern in the face, but sweet as pie.
I wonder, is your dad really named Ulysses?
Who?
Or are you just saying that?
Who said that?
Red. She said, my dad's name is Ulysses.
I
just heard the name Ulysses in my intuits.
Wow.
But
there it is.
I got another 10 out here, right?
Ooh.
I done got 3 10s, right?
10s across
So-
the board, baby.
And this 10 is being justified by passion, right? Ooh, right? Legacy, inheritance, roots, security, family, prosperity, pinnacle of success, everything in fruition, wisdom from all stages of life. I feel like this is a thorough energy, right?
I'm over here like, it's hard to trust you. You don't have a picture or nothing.
I seen him there.
It's hard to trust people like that.
Man, this Ten of Pentacles being clarified by this passion, right? I like this. This is a balanced kind of energy. It The dragon is a reminder of your strong will and fiery personality. It is also a symbol of passion and fire. You're being asked to practice self-control and be cautious so that your passion does not lead you into trouble. Right? So control yourself, control your passions. You know what I want to advise somebody that's here? Study the works of Carl Jung. Carl Jung, study his works, right? As an empath, because a lot of us, we having trouble with our spiritual posture because of our psychological positioning. And that's real. And that's from me. Like, Al, you cannot have a spiritual posture when your psychological positioning is not strong. You understand? Meaning, like, especially people that like to work with spirits and all of that, you can't possibly think that you can work with a powerful spirit with a weak mind, with your mind position wrong. It's gonna become a delusion. I see people, they think that they working with a certain spirit, but they working with another spirit, because I can tell by the positioning of their mind that they not working with the spirits that they think they are. Powerful spirits need a powerful vessel to commune with, to work through, to walk with, and all of that, right? That's why, yeah, I just advise somebody to begin to study yourself. Like, lay off of the spiritual stuff, right? And study the psychological aspect of you. Learn what you are. Learn what it means to be an empath. Because like I said, your spiritual posturing is not going to be a steroid if your psychological positioning is out of whack. It's going to lead you to borderline being delusional. And they two different things. Spirituality and psychological awakening, they resemble each other, but they not the same. That's why some people, when they awaken, they awaken and they feel all of these new things and they think that it's levels of spirit, but it's not necessarily levels of spirit. It's your mind and your psyche. It's your trauma from the past coming to the surface. Why? Because you awaken. You open that door up. You shine light in that room inside of you. And when you do that, you awaken things. So your mind needs to be focused on. Like, you can't just negate your mind and run in the spirit. Like, think about that. Think about how that would look. Like, if I say I'm gonna let my mind go and run in the spirit, you're gonna be fooled in the spirit. Real talk. Like,
So when you say, babe, play silly games.
Play silly game when stupid pride, right? Like, you don't want to be like that. Like, you want to have your mind. Because truth be told, I believe, thank you, Spirit, inside of a strong mind, right, lies a strong will. Would that make sense to somebody? If my mind is weak, of course my will not going to be steady. So inside of a strong mind is a strong will.
Courage. Okay. You got courage here. So you're showing up courageous. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. To the
That's
death
right.
card, right? Yeah, there's a change and transformation here. Okay? I don't care what you were scared of at one point. I told you that fear has been gone. Okay? Something about that. I feel like, that fear tries to creep back up quite often for us.
Yeah.
But I feel like we're learning how to, how to feel when fear is coming, we know how to feel it with prayer. We know how to feel it with reading. We know how to, we know how to feel the gap when that energy is coming in. Okay? You're showing up very courageous, and we got honesty. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect the truth from myself, right? And for someone, right, and I feel like for someone, it's like, how can you expect the truth from others if you can't be truthful with yourself, right? Imagine demanding honesty from people, but not being able to give it. Like, speaking about, what really pleases you sexually, speaking about what really pleases your soul, what pleases you mentally, right? What makes you unhappy, right? Those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
So honesty is here. I can always expect truth. I can't always expect the truth from others, but I can expect it from myself. It's very important to live in your truth, because you know that sometimes you just can't expect it from others. But if you can expect it from yourself, that's a good start, right? Okay?
At least it'll leave you in the know.
Right. I claim my desires. I hold great visions. I am ready to receive. Okay?
If you ask me, I'm ready.
Hey, I'm ready.
Hey, we got the Empress back out here again.
Okay.
Right?
Come on, Empress.
She's back out here again.
She said, I'm out here today, tomorrow.
But the Empress out here shrouded by
Uh-oh.
the Five of Cups. So
what are you sad about?
what you got sad? What you sad about?
What are you sad about,
Right.
Empress?
Grief, loss, self-pity, despair, disappointment, disillusionment, fear of risk, and mourning.
That sounds like somebody being very hard on themselves.
Yeah, definitely. The grief and the loss, right? I understand. I empathize with it. I do. As an empath myself, grief and loss, I was just listening to Jung say that we need to actually give ourselves time to grieve our old selves. But what I can't resonate with is self-pity.
Mm-hmm.
I can't get that to you, Empress. Like, because it's Empress and self-pity don't go together.
Mm-hmm.
From an energetic perspective,
Mm-mm.
because your name holds too much weight.
Mm-hmm.
Your soul holds too much measure
Mm-hmm.
for self-pity.
That's right.
Everything in the 3D could work against you. But if Spirit says that you the Empress and you resonate with this, that means that it's not about your current state. Your feelings can't be predicated upon your current state of things.
Mm-hmm.
It got to be predicated upon who you
are.
are. And
come on.
that will work everything out.
Come
right?
on.
Self-pity don't belong to the Empress.
Mm-mm. You know?
That can become an entity attachment within its own self, right? Or it could become a self-induced prison.
Okay.
Where
self-sabotage.
You begin to pity yourself for things and they don't even resonate with you.
You start self-sabotaging yourself in that kind of energy, because you got doubt and adversity.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I release the need to know all the answers. I accept that challenges are the best way to learn.
Disappointment, I'm going to give you that. I understand disappointment. I've been there, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a setback. Disillusionment, now that I can't give you. Because again, disillusionment don't belong to the Empress. Mm-hmm. You know why? The Empress can see the room. Mm-hmm. The Empress can see the whole room. Mm-hmm. She can't quite see beyond the veil, like the High Priestess energy, but the Empress is a major arcana. Best believe she see what's up and she know what's up. So it ain't no sense of disillusionment that belong to the Empress. Again, this is something that the Empress is holding. Disillusionment doesn't have you, you hold it. Last two, fear of risk. That don't belong to the Empress either. The Empress is a major arcana, meaning this is a tide-shifting energy, right? This is an energy that's predicated upon taking risks. So, calculated risk, I'm hearing, like educated risk, like this is the Empress energy. So a fear of that is not the Empress, because the Empress don't fear taking risks, right? And then the last one I'm gonna give you, mourning. I'm gonna give you that, right? Some people, you could be mourning, my condolences, and you need time to go through that, right? But like I said, overall, it's being justified by calm. And I feel like you can find a certain rationality in being calm. You can rationalize life better being calm as opposed to being stirred moving out of grief, moving against disappointment, and moving out of anger.
You know, I'm ready to eat.
Snatch one more and then we get out of here, yeah?
The Tower. Okay? Something about, you know, the inevitable. Not being able to stop it. Not being able to change the flow of divinity. Not being able to control the situation. Something's out of control here. Okay? Something is like, you know, this is something that, you know, it's just meant to happen. I don't know if, you know, people are being thrown out of your life. You know,
You know, I hear the ancestors and they saying you have to let the necessary occur.
come on.
You have to allow the necessary to occur.
Come on.
Look at these people
Come on.
falling out of these buildings.
Come
right?
on.
That's a lot of judgment in this particular Tower card, right? It's you have to let it happen. I'm also hearing them say, like, if you in the house, judgment can't come to it. If you in a relationship, and you know, judgment can't come to whatever you involved in, judgment can't come to it. So you might be wanting change, but might be holding up change too.
Come on.
You gotta let the necessary occur.
Okay.
New beginnings.
I love it.
Tower to the new beginnings. Let the necessary occur.
This is the last one I'm going to leave you with is imagination. I embrace and nourish the creative aspect of my mind. Okay? Hey. And that was your message. Hey. Accept or reject it. Hey. But keep your spirit protected. And that was your message. We love you guys so, so much. We hope you guys enjoyed the message this morning. We'll be back this afternoon. We may be back with a random live on the go or something. I don't know. But we'll be back for you guys later on. If you would like to support our channel, all of our information is on our page. You know, I pray that you guys have a beautiful, blessed, and abundant day. I pray that, you know, if your mind was not in the right spot when we started, that, you know, that has been removed and you are filled with full of positivity. Hey, nothing can stop me. Hey, and I'm full of positivity. Hey, nothing can stop me. Hey, I'm full of positivity, right? Have a good day, guys.